so far we have discussed about in earlier model about how to design a particular training programs. Now, in designing the training programs, we have to also take into consideration the theories in designing the training programs. What type of the theories are important in designing the training program? The learning theories are there. In learning theory, the first theory is the reinforcement theory. The people, they demonstrate the different types of the behavior. This reinforcement theory talks about people are motivated to perform or avoid certain behavior because of past outcomes that they have resulted from those behaviors. In this case, it means that is whatever is the past experience, if there has been the positive consequences, then the person will be repeating that particular behavior and repetitive nature of that task will be done. But if the person is having the negative behavior, negative consequences, then in that case that he will avoid that type of behavior is there. Then there are the different parameters in this reinforcement theory. One parameter is the fixed reinforcement behavior. Fixed reinforcement behavior means that is the whenever there will be a particular behavior, there will be reward every time. So, every time that reward will be given, or there will be the every time the punishment will be given, that will be negative reinforcement theory. But then there is a with the fix there is an interval also, interval reinforcement behavior. The interval reinforcement behavior means that is every quarterly the best employee award will be given. Who is having the highest attendance at the workplace, that reward will be given, or the person who has demonstrated the best productivity at the workplace, that every monthly the best performer reward will be given. So, this will be the with the interval with the every 1 month or every 3 months quarterly. This type of the rewards will be given, and then if this type of rewards are given, then we will say that it is the interval reinforcement behavior is there, and this interval is also fixed. For example, after every 3 months. So, therefore, in that case definitely you will find that is the positive reinforcement is there, and there will be the pleasurable outcome resulting from a particular behavior. However, in case of the negative reinforcement, because sometimes it is also important to control that particular behavior, or that the person should not repeat that particular behavior, avoid the certain behavior, and for that purpose negative reinforcement is to be there. That is the in negative reinforcement of behavior, normally there is a punishment. So, if the punishment is there, then there will be the negative reinforcement behavior. My suggestion is that is the between the positive reinforcement and negative reinforcement, there is a one more reinforcement, and that is the corrective action. Corrective action is not necessarily positive. Corrective action is required whenever there is a negative behavior is there. When we talk about the corrective action, then we have to be creative, because there is no solution in theories for the corrective action is there. You have to judge that particular person, that is the what type of the misconduct that particular person has done, and what type of the personality he is having. So, this type of the new reinforcement behavior practices, then that will be the creative one practices, because when you are going for the corrective action, you have to think about it, that what will make this particular person correct, because the situation normally corrective action is applicable where normally negative reinforcement is applicable. So, have a patience as a trainer and HR person, one has to keep the patience, and then the C, that is the okay negative reinforcement is okay, but can we avoid negative reinforcement, and then we can go for the corrective action also, and then that type of the situation that will help for the reinforcement of the behavior. From a training perspective, when we talk about the reinforcement of behavior, then the reinforcement theory suggests that for learners to acquire knowledge, change behavior or modify skills, the trainer needs to identify what outcomes the learner finds most positive. That is, in that particular case, that is to acquire the knowledge. So, to acquire the knowledge, where there will be positive reinforcement. I would like to share one story. There were two brothers. In they were into in the elementary school, and then the elder brother was the very sincere and serious, and younger one was the naughty. But whenever they were going to school and coming back, the mother finds that is the elder one is with the empty hands, but the naughty boy is with the chocolate. So she asked, that is the who has given you this chocolate? And then he said, that is the teacher has given me this chocolate. So why the teacher has given you the chocolate? What good thing you have done? Well, nothing. That is the I create the noise in the class, and the teacher says that is okay, you keep mum, I will give you a chocolate. Now, this reinforcement of behavior, that is those who are more disruptive, then they are getting the rewards, and those who are sincere, they are not getting the rewards. How do you see this situation? What is your answer? But here the question is, who will be more successful? The person, naturally the elder one will be the successful. Why he will be successful? Because he is sincere, he is keep on doing his studies, and therefore whenever there will be examination, in examination the elder one will score the more marks, and the naughty boy who was having this type of the temporary awards, and then he was getting this particular chocolate and all, but at the time of examination, because he has not studied, so if he has not studied, he will not get the reward. So ultimately that theory, that is the who will be making the hard work, who will be performing, who will be keep calm, cool and collective, then they are supposed to be the successful, and they will be successful. It may appear for a short period of time, that is they are not successful, rather than these disruptive people are getting the rewards, but this is a short term. In the long term and in the true sense, not only in long term, but also in true sense, you will find those who are honest, sincere, keep on working their job, keep on doing. So therefore sometimes they may get these setbacks, but in the long run, because they are strong in their work, they are performing, they know their jobs. So therefore in that case, though they will be successful. So in a reinforcement of behavior, that is to acquire the knowledge, like the trainees group is there and one or two are disruptive, and then the trainer may give more attention to them, and then just to sometimes maybe to make them please and this thing, but it will not be the long term. At the end of the training program, you will find those who are sincere, those who have come to learn, those who they will take their important points what they want to learn, and they will execute at their workplace. So therefore this type of the acquiring knowledge and the change in behavior or modifying the skills, the trainer needs to identify what the learner finds most positive, and therefore the positive reinforcement that will work. But here if you see, that is here it is one more point has been written, and that point is, that is the and negative, and outcomes the learner finds most positive and negative also. So therefore sometimes the trainers they become strict. Interestingly, sometimes to be very strict, that also gives the result. So but need not to get confused, because the positive reinforcement that will sustain for long. I already mentioned by telling you that particular story, that is the positive reinforcement that will sustain for long. Negative reinforcement that will be sustained for a short period of time, and then later on again that disruptive person will become disruptive, right. So, therefore, in that case we have to be very careful, that is in the training perspective, right. We have to go through the positive reinforcement and try to avoid or ignore the disruptive personalities, and we should carry on with our objective and goal to train the persons. Trainers then need to link these outcomes to learners acquiring knowledge or skills or changing behaviors. So, therefore, but as we understand, that is the personality, the situation, personality of the trainee, personality of the trainer, the situation, work environment, legislation, all factors that will come has to be integrated, and finally there will be the outcome. It does not depend only on the trainee or not depend on the trainer, but it depends on the environment also, it depends on the legislation also, it depends on the so many other factors also. But the approach, so in nutshell what should be the approach? The approach is required to be the very positive reinforcement behavior is required. Then the behavior modification is a training method that is primarily based on the reinforcement theory. So, naturally whoever are the participants and the change agents are required to adopt for the primarily based on, that is the reinforcement theory, and then the positive or negative or corrective action. One more which I have mentioned, please do not forget that is about the corrective actions, and you have to go for the corrective action. Now, after there is this reinforcement theory, the another theory now we will talk about social learning theory. Social learning theory emphasizes that people learn by observing other person models whom they believe are credible and knowledgeable, role models. So, therefore, there was a trend during our days, that is the people were talking who is your role model. Nowadays the generation says that is we are ourselves are our own role model, but there was a time when there was a particular role model, and then that role model was having the very high credibility and very high knowledgeable person. And then I remember when I have shifted from the industries to the academia, that time also I wanted to be the 22 years back, I wanted to be the trainer, and who was my role model? Role model was Sharyu Rangnekar, S. Rangnekar, like my name is also S. Rangnekar and the sir's name is also Sharyu Rangnekar sir. So, therefore, in that case you will find that was the role model, that is a credible and knowledgeable, and then that yes the trainer like him, then that one would like to be the in leading in his career path. So, therefore, in that case these emphasize the people by observing the others, and this will be the social learning theory, but from the society. I saw him, I attended his training program, and then I found that the similar name of the personality is such dynamic and high level. So, trainer. So, therefore, in that case that has motivated me, that is yes I should continue in the training, and that way we find that is a social learning theory was applicable. Social learning theory also recognizes that behavior that is reinforced or rewarded tends to be repeated. So, naturally whenever we are adopting those models, what we do? We making the repetitive nature. Then I started training programs in 95 with the Grasim Nagda. So, that is about 23 years, 23 years back. That type of the training programs I have started conducting this training program. However, I was the in-house trainer in Shinam and Raymond's also, but in addition to that, when I shifted into the academics, then this particular repeated behavior, because it was also a role, as I mentioned, the academician has to be in the teaching, research, training, projects and administration. So, that was also a role, that is there should be a reinforcement or rewarded system is to be there, and that rewarded system is very nice, and that encourage the people to repeat the behavior. According to social learning theory, learning also influenced by a person's self efficacy. Earlier also I mentioned about the self efficacy. Now you see that whenever we talk about the motivation, there is a strong relationship between the motivation and the self efficacy. Self efficacy is a person's judgment about whether he or she can successfully learn knowledge and skills. So high self efficacy, it means that he or she can successfully learn knowledge and skills, that is own judgment, because his own self efficacy is very high. Now why some people have high self efficacy and some people have the low self efficacy? Why some people believe that is yes, they can successfully learn knowledge and skill, while the some people believe that no, they cannot learn knowledge and skills. What factors? Is it the heredity? Then there are two brothers. Then the two brothers, one feel that yes, he can successfully learn knowledge and skills, while the other feels no, I cannot learn knowledge and skills. So what is making them different? And that is the environment and situation. Both the brothers, they come across a different environment and different situations and different society. Friends are different, society is different, family is same. Family, friends and society, when we talk about the environment, social environment. So therefore family is same, but the friends and society are different, and therefore in that case both the brothers, they are coming from the same family, but their self efficacy may be high and low. It depends on their interaction with the environment, and that according to the social learning theory, it is influenced by a person's self efficacy. So can I learn or I cannot learn? So therefore what was the surrounding environment which motivates a person? And this is the concept of the social learning theory. The way, because that is why our parents keep on saying, keep the good friends, good company. So good company will keep on motivating you, right? But if you are not having a good company, then there are the chances that is the people may not learn from you, rather you will learn from the other people. So be careful about that. So social learning theory suggests that 4 processes are involved in learning: attention, retention, motor reproduction and motivational process is there. So from the childhood itself, dear friends, from the school days itself, we are having the attention about our society, what is surrounding to us, how our uncle, aunties are behaving, how our parents are behaving, how our neighbors are behaving, how our friends are behaving, and therefore their full attention is there, and mind is very, very keen to learn at that age, and they are making the observations and that particular attention, and almost still we have the childhood memories more. We may have forgotten in between the years, but the childhood we still remember. So therefore the retention is very high, and when we have that retention, naturally that will reflect in our behavior, and that is called the motor reproduction. So therefore the higher is the attention, more is the retention, and more will be the motor reproduction will be there. But in some aspects it is high, but in some aspects it is low. Why? And the answer is motivational processes. So whenever we talk about the motivational processes, and these motivational processes that they are making whether the reproduction will be there, and there no the reproduction will be process will be there. Many things in the childhood we are not able to reproduce, but some of them are whatever we liked, motivation, whatever we have liked, then we are having that particular reproduction, and therefore as a result of which this particular reproduction is always there. But this is not only case of the childhood. Learning is a continuous process, and therefore in that case when we are conducting the training program and trainees or learners are there, they also learn. They learn from that peer group, other trainees, those who are with them, so they learn from them. That is how they are doing. Now again same thing, positive and negative, high self efficacy, low self efficacy. So the person will filter, mind will filter, and a filter will be applicable, that is the good things and bad things, and then in that case both are available, both are there in the society, but what we adopt, that our filter will decide. And in that case it becomes very, very important, that is what type of the filter, and what is that filter? Motivation. What motivation? And then how this motivation is there, and therefore in that case it is the goal theories comes into the picture. In the goal theories, goal setting theory assumes that behavior results from a person's conscious goals and intentions. What is the goal? What is the purpose of life? In the school days also it has been asked, that is what specialization you want to take. You want to take the mathematics or science, commerce, or you want to take arts, biology, mathematics. So, these all branches, what you want to be, what is your goal. And interestingly, many people even in the later age also, they are not very clear what is their goal. They do not understand, that is why they are alive. Here I would also like to mention, because I am talking about the goal, that is at the life stage of the 50s and 55, when the children are the independent and they are away, and now the question arises, what is goal of your life, what you want to do now. And if the person is clear that what he wants to do, he will spend the rest of the years happily. But after a certain stage of life, when there is nothing to do for the family and the routine is there only, and in that case if there is no goal, there is no purpose, there is no challenge, then in that case person will lose interest, and then it may go up to that extent that he will ask, why I am alive, for what purpose. So, therefore, it becomes very clear that is the person should have the goal setting theory. Many people have the goal up to retirement, professional goals up to retirement, but many people they have the second inning, that is the goal after retirement, and they are working for that and they plan for that. So, before getting retirement they will working on this. So, therefore, in that case it will be the goal, because the goals influence a person's behavior. That direction, what I want this particular position, I want a particular status, I want a particular achievement, and that achievement, that goal, and then unless and until it is not achieved, the person is restless, and therefore he is after that, and then it will not let him take rest. So, he will not take rest unless and until the goal is achieved, whatever age, right. But in the case the short term goals are there and they are achieved, what next? And what next will be a big question. So, that is because the goals is directing the energy and attention, sustaining efforts over time, keep on doing, no, I want to be this, I want to reach this particular milestone, and then that will be making the sustaining efforts, keep on making efforts over time, and motivating the person to develop strategies, how I can achieve, what should I do, what I can contribute, how I can make this particular difficult milestone to be achieved, how this challenge is to be met, and develop the different strategies for the goal attainment. Research suggests that the specific challenging goals result in better performance. Comfort zone does not create the better performance. Comfort zone does not create the best results and miracles, and it is not come from the comfort zone, it comes from the challenges. More is the challenging situation, then better will be the performance, right, and as compared to whatever is the vague and unchallenging goals. So, life is moving, keep on doing, everything is there, nothing new is happening, then there is no charm in life. So, the trainees are to be told, that is, if there is a challenge, it shows that you are enough alive to take that challenge, and you are enough alert and agile to take that particular challenge. You are the enough deserving person to accept that particular challenge, because the people, those who are not very much agile, competent, and they are not taking interest in work or performance, they are not concerned with performance, then they will not accept the challenge. For them, there is no challenge in life. But if there is no challenge, there will be no goal, and if there is no goal, no challenge is there, then the life will be becoming very much the ideal, and that may be a problem. So, goal setting theory is used in training program design. So, therefore, whenever we design the training programs, goal setting theory suggests that learning can be facilitated by providing trainees with specific challenging goal and objectives. That is, the end of the day they should be able to achieve that particular goal, and that is a challenging goal is there, and that should be get noticed by the trainees. Specifically, the influence of goal setting theory can be seen in the development of the training lesson plans, and therefore whenever we are designing the training lesson plans, there should be the challenging goals, and then that should be there. You will also have the challenging goals of the assignments, and those assignments will be based on this type of the module, and then you have to achieve those goal and solve those assignments. So then there is a, but who will feel motivated? The very long sustainable theory is, that is the need theory. Who will be the motivated? Who has the need? Earlier also I have mentioned, that is the unless and until there is a need, the person will not move. So therefore a need is a deficiency that a person is experiencing at any point in time. That is, there is no I should have this, and when he is having that feeling of deficiency of that particular source, then in that case the person will be feel motivated. A need motivates a person to behave in a manner to satisfy the deficiency, right. Number of stories are there in the training programs in which the one person was sitting idle under the tree, and the another person came and asked him, why you are sitting like this, and then what should I do? Then he said, you should do hard work like me. I am day and night, I am the working, and then I am achieving this much. I am the, so what then he asked, then by achieving this much what you will do? So I will take rest, right, I will live comfortably. He said, I am already living comfortably. So you are doing so many things and then you are living comfortably. Now here, that is the how a manner the person satisfies his deficiency. That is very big question is there. Unless and until a specific manner is not adopted, please understand, that is the what is the criticism of this story is, that is the manner in which a person he meets his deficiency. So therefore a respected a recognized the status, and that if that is the deficiency, then only the person will be motivated. Otherwise the person will not be motivated and he will compare himself with the rest of the elements. Need theory suggests that to motivate learning, trainers should identify trainees' needs, that is exactly what they want, what will be useful to them, and communicate how training program content relates to fulfill these needs. That relevance has to be maintained. That is what is your need and what type of these training program, what type of the it will be. See, like for this particular course, that will help you to understand what exactly the training means, what exactly the education means, what exactly the development means, how to need assessment, how to identify the needs of the training in the organization, and then how to design that particular template, that is for the training program, and then how these theories and programs are there to be integrated. So far we have discussed so much till this module. So also if certain basic needs of trainees, example the physiological and safety needs are not met, they are unlikely to be motivated to learn. So therefore many times it is the joke, that is the you should have the good food arrangement during the training program. So why then it is not like this, that is the they are coming for the food, but it is the question is, that is the yes, a respectable and the due respect is required to them, to the trainees, and therefore in that case that is also a need, that is the yes, the proper food, proper accommodation, staying arrangement, the comforts are to be created while they are in the training. So therefore trainees are required to make comfortable so that they can learn. If they are uncomfortable, then their physiological need and safety needs are not fulfilled, then how they will be able to concentrate in the training program, and that is the purpose. And lot of can be said on the need theories, but basically we are focusing with the need theories with the training, so I will restrict there only. But so now we will come to the next theory, and that is the expectancy theory. Expectancy theory suggests that a person's behavior is based on the three factors: expectancy, instrumentality and valence, right, and therefore it is the belief about the link between trying to perform a behavior and actually performing well are called the expectancies are there. So, everyone is having the certain expectancies, whether it is a superior or subordinate, both are having certain expectancies, and therefore this particular expectancies that drives them to work. Expectancy is similar to self-efficacy, and in expectancy theory a belief that performing a given behavior, attending a training program is associated with a particular outcome. That example is being able to better perform your job. If you are able to better perform your job, then definitely you will be making the more and more efforts to get the usefulness of that particular training program, and that is called the instrumentality. So, therefore, in that case what is expected, and then conducting the training, attending the training programs, and then the learning from that particular training program, and that is called the instrumentality. And what is the valence? Valence is the value that a person places on an outcome. So, therefore, how important it is performed to better on the job. So, you have started with the, that is I have to perform, so your expectancy is there to do the job. From there you come for this particular instrumentality, that is attending the training program, and valence is that what you perform after the training program. So, therefore, this expectancy theory talks about, that is while designing a training program, first try to understand the expectation, they understand the instrumentality, that how will you conduct the training program, and make ensure that it is useful after going return to the training program to their workplace, and that is the valence will be there. So, expectancy is going with the efforts to the performance. Does the trainee have the ability to learn? Does the trainee believe he or she can learn? Instrumentality is performance related to the outcome, and does the trainee believe training outcomes promise will be delivered? Valence, value of outcomes. Value of outcomes are the outcomes related to the training valued. From a training perspective, expectancy theory suggests that learning is most likely to occur when employees believe they can learn the content of the program, right. So, their belief is there, they have come with a purpose, they want to learn something, and they believe that yes, they can learn from this particular program. The learning is linked to the outcomes such as better job performance and a salary increase, because the better job performance is linked to the increase in their reward system, recognition or peer recognition, instrumentality, and employees value these outcomes. When they come back, and then the employees, they value these outcomes, and as a result of which they find that is the yes, they are going to be the making the better performances. Adult learning theory. Malcolm knowledge is most frequently associated with the adult learning theory. That is the Knowles model is based on the several assumptions. So, Malcolm Knowles is the most has talked about this adult. I already discussed in the previous lecture, that is the how the adult learning theory is applicable. So, adults have the need to know why they are learning something, right, at this stage, right, and this is somewhat is applicable to the middle and senior level executives also. Adults have a need to be self directed, that is very much important, because at this stage one can be feel contented, that is okay, I have learned enough and now I am at this stage and this is the enough for me. No, that has need to be self directed to learn more and more. Adults bring more work related experiences into the learning situation, and then in that case if they are able to related experience into the learning situations, they will be in a better status. Adults enter into a learning experience with a problem centered approach to learning. So, therefore, if there is a particular problem, they want to, that is how this problem has to be solved, and therefore, in that case they will be going through this problem centered approach of learning will be there. Adults are motivated to learn by both extrinsic and intrinsic motivators, and therefore, in that case it is always that is there is a need to learn at that particular age and stage, or there is a inner willingness is there. So, it can be both the intrinsic and extrinsic, both type of the motivational factors that can be there. If the both the type of the extrinsic factors and intrinsic factors are there, then they will be going for this particular type of the training programs. Adult learning theory is especially important to consider the developing training programs, because the audience for many such programs tends to be adults, and therefore most of whom have not spent a majority of their time in a formal educational setting. Now, this is related to that educated adult where they have not gone through a formal, for example, the senior engineers. So, if they have not gone through the MBA courses, then later on they want to go through the training programs which will develop their managerial skills, and then in that case they will be going, tends to be the time they would like to spend the time for this type of the formal educational setting also, and some of them they go for the PhDs and this type of the courses also. So, this all will be considered into this particular module. So, therefore, all these aspects are there in this module, that is the how to design the training programs and what type of the theories are to be taken into the consideration while designing the particular template. So, this is about the relationship of the theories and designing a training program. Thank you.